a 6-year-old did not get the measles shot because their parents didn't want them to, right? I guess you can call them anti-vax. That kid died because he contracted measles. I mean, she contracted measles. So then when you think about that story that just happened in Texas earlier this year, I believe it was around March, then you're putting a life in danger, somebody who's not have the maturity to make that type of life or death decision for themselves because they're 6 years old.
Okay, but what about the opposite case where the government said you have to get the COVID vaccine, even though we now know for that child there is little medical reason to do so?
I gave you an exact example of somebody. No, I don't want a potential. I gave you an exact example of someone who died from a disease that was largely eradicated in our country because their parents made a choice.
I mean, I don't.
COVID vaccines save lives.
This
Your
is a
president
big country,
called
and
it
I'm not gonna
a medical
agree-
miracle.
I'm not going to agree with the choices that every individual or every family makes all over the country. We're all different, and generally speaking, it's not any of my business, Lindsey. You do you, and I do me, and that's the way we should live side by side.
Yeah, but not only did that kid's parents put other people at risk and at danger for contracting measles, they also allowed their kid to pass away and then stood by their decision. Like they would go back and not give her the shot again. And so to me, that's wild to be a parent's choice rather than a mandated thing that we know historically for decades has protected people.